Sergeant at
Record.
Arms. Welcome you all to the meeting number 642 of Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club, Bangalore. When we have a goal, we must know what is our mission. It helps for easier to reach our goal. Likewise, Toastmasters' mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. We follow few guidelines during our meetings. Please do not talk about sex, religion, and politics. If you are not a speaker, keep your microphone muted at all times. For better experience, keep your video on at all times unless you are moving in and out of the room. As an encouragement to all our role takers and speakers, make sure you upload them virtually. Now it's time to introduce our club president and currently who loves to help our fellow Toastmasters. Above all, a triple crown winner and immediate past VP education and past VP membership. I should mention he is multi-talented in executing roles. Just in presence of any role, he would come forward and say, yes, I will play this. And he has the potential to execute the roles very efficiently. I would like to add one more thing. He's instrumental in bringing subject matters experts from various fields to impart the knowledge and enhance thought process to our fellow Toastmasters, a dedicated fellow Toastmaster. His past roles includes, as I mentioned, and currently working as a business development manager for a fitness enthusiast, cyclist, and swimmer, loves reading various books in his free time, follows his passion for stock market by spending some of his time regularly. Please join me welcoming our club president, Toastmaster Mayur. Over to you, Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you so much, Sushma, for introducing me. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and esteemed guest. I open meeting number 642. So the winter is coming, my friends, and so does rain. So I am feeling little bit confused as I go out what to wear, sweater or a raincoat. What do you think? It's all over India, right?
Carry both because Bangalore weather, you never know, it'll change every 2 hours.
Yes, correct. Also, we need to mask up again as COVID is coming up with various new new mutants, and one is the Omicron, right? So even if you haven't vaccinated for second jab or first jab, please get it done as soon as possible so you will have the immunity. Now let me talk about the mismatch between immediate and delayed rewards. So imagine before moving into that, I would like to invite our joke master for today, who is a software engineer by profession and working in Standard Chartered. Please welcome our joke master for today to share some jokes from him. Over to you, Pulkit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayur. Good evening, everyone. Let me tell you about the story when I came from Delhi to Bangalore. So I asked one of my friend who was a native Bangalorean. I asked, bro, tell me something about Bangalore. And he goes like, Maga, the weather in Bangalore is awesome. I was like, good. Okay, tell me more. And he goes like, Maga, the climate in Bangalore is awesome. Okay, that is same thing. Do you know anything? I know a lot of things, da. You know French fries? They were not made in France. I mean, tell me about Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore. Bangalore food and alcohol is super. I'm like, yeah, now we are talking about. Tell me more. Where can I get good food, alcohol? And he goes like, bro, eat anywhere. Evening weather is super. Eat anything. I'm like, okay. So when I landed out in Bangalore, the most DJ thing I did, I came out of the airport and I was like, "Hello, Bangalore," but Bangalore did not respond me. And then I thought, because the city is 500 kilometers away from the airport, the city did not hear me. I took a cab from airport. It was a brand new Wagoner. By the time I reached Mangla, it had already gone 60% depreciation. That time. Let me tell you about this League of Gentlemen that I met in Bangalore. This classical League of Gentlemen that we know as Bangalore Autowalas. The Bangalore Autowalas. I had to go in MG Road. I went to Autowala and I asked, "Bro, will you go to MG Road? Can't you see I'm reading newspaper? Where are your feet? Let me touch." And he's like, he was reading newspaper. Even I could see him. But the class, the attitude. Suppose we have this attitude, same attitude in our careers also. So let me ask others, where do you work?
I work at a company called Sea Profit Wealth. So it's a wealth management company.
Okay, others. So you are working in Sea Profit Wealth. Suppose tomorrow you go to work, open your laptop, go to start, press shutdown, close your laptop, and then you all of you gather around the water cooler, and your boss comes. Others, there's a meeting in Whitefield, and you says no, I don't know, but why? Don't you know I have to come empty in return? I'm not going there. So suppose if you bring this kind of attitude in our careers, but let's not blame the culprit. Let's not blame the autowalas. There is some other culprit. So one day I was going in Bangalore. I spotted a parking lot, but when I observed closely, it was a traffic jam. There is no way you can differentiate between Bangalore traffic and a parking lot. Everyone is stuck. It's like a mass breakup. No one is moving on. Everyone is just there. Suppose so four of you going to the work, stuck in a traffic jam in a Uber pool, and you are like, bro, my office is 2 kilometers away in 2 hours. It seems impossible. I cannot go. My boss will scold me. But your colleague says, look, boss is also here in another cab. So no one's going late. And then you spend whole afternoon there. You brainstorm, come up with an idea, startup. Okay, that's the startup. So that's how the Bangalorean people comes to the startup. Thank you all. Good evening, everyone. Over back to you, Toshmaster.
Thank you so much, Pulkit, for sharing wonderful jokes with us. I really like the analogy between parking lot and a traffic jam. Thank you so much for that. Now I would like to talk about the mismatch between immediate and delayed reward. So imagine you are an animal roaming the plains of Africa, a giraffe or an elephant or a lion. On any given day, most of our decisions are having an immediate impact. You are always thinking about what to eat, where to sleep, or how to avoid a predator. You are constantly focused on your present or the very near future, right? So you live in scenario, scientists called it an immediate return environment because your actions instantly deliver clear and immediate outcomes. Now switch back to your human self. In modern society, many of our choices we make today will not benefit us immediately, but we want it immediately, right? So suppose if you do a good job at work, you don't get a paycheck right after doing that. You will receive it after few weeks. If you exercise today, so you check in mirror that your biceps is growing or not, right? But it will take time. Perhaps you won't be overweight next year if you do exercise regularly. If you save money now, you will have enough for the retirement, right? You will live in what scientists call delayed environment because you can work for a year before your action deliver the intended payoff. The human brain did not evolve for life delayed return environment. the earliest remain of modern human, known as Homo sapiens sapiens, are approximately 200,000 years old. These were the first human to have brain relatively similar to ours. In particular, the neocortex, the newest part of our brain, and the region responsible for higher function like language was roughly the same size of 2000 years ago as today. As we are walking around with the same hardware as our Paleolithic ancestor. So the every habit we produce convert into multiple items across the times. Unfortunately, these outcomes are often misaligned. Now I would like to announce few things before we jump into our meeting. I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Shushma, she has completed level 2 from presentation mastery. Please congratulate her for completion of level 2. Also, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Joseph for completion of level 3 from the dynamic leadership pathway as well. I would like to inform you that on Sunday, this Sunday, we will be having our speech marathon from 6 to 8 p.m. So please be ready for it, for that as well. And in the next Friday, we will be having a panel discussion with DTM Gauri Sheshadri. She is a Region 13 director, and along with her, we have our immediate past district director, DTM Bhupati, with us as well for panel discussion. Now I would like to thank our guest who has joined us from various parts of the world and from other club as well. DTM Alicia Tay, thank you for joining us. Stella, thank you. And Vandana Bagaria, if you would like to share your thoughts, what you are expecting today, please share with us. Any one of you, any guest? Ajay. Okay.
Hi, this is Toastmaster Rahul here.
Hi, Rahul.
The theme of habits got me excited because that's one thing that I've always wanted to learn a lot deeper about. And so looking forward to the meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. Okay, so now let me introduce our Toastmaster for the day, who is going to talk about making a habit. And I think habit or routine is very much required in our daily life. So let's listen to him from more about the theme. He is a Bengali by heart and soul. He has been a Toastmaster for over 5 years, have achieved ACG leadership, LDRX award, and multiple triple crown awards as well. He is currently serving as the club coach for Wipro Toastmaster Club. By profession, he is an associate director of one of the company. He enjoys speaking, playing guitar, singing, and photography as well. Let's welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shubhdeep Mukherjee, with the theme making a habit. Over to you, Shubhdeep.
Thank you, Mayur, for the warm introduction, and welcome all of you to this meeting at Speech Weavers. Today's meeting, I would start by sharing something really not important, maybe important. You can, if you may. So I'm joining a Toastmaster meeting almost after 3 months, and that might be one of the reasons I chose this theme as making a habit. It's very important for us to follow a certain habit, and you might notice that during this entire Dear Modi session or meeting host, if you may, there are multiple times I might have fillers while I'm speaking. The major reason being I have been out of Toastmasters for over 3 months now. For me, Toastmasters, it's very close to my heart because like Mayur was mentioning, I love public speaking. Apart from the other things, public speaking is something which is very close to my heart. And today's meeting is one of those wherein I haven't prepared anything at all because I wanted to speak directly with the audience, with the crowd that I have. What happens is all of us might be able to connect to what I'm saying. There are situations or there are things which make us feel complete, which make us feel that, yes, we have accomplished something. In the past 3 months, due to work and everything that was there surrounding me, due to my new job and everything, I was super, super occupied. And that's one of the reasons whenever Mayur or anyone reached out to me for a role or even for speech slots, I had to decline. Or even if I did accept that, I declined, because at the end of the day, I couldn't find time. And that was one of the habits that I was missing. Toastmaster, it was a passion for me. Alongside with that, I enjoyed it. And that enjoyment, I turned that into a habit for almost 5 years. Now, throughout the past 3.5 months, since the time I have been out of this habit, whenever I went for a meeting in my corporate journey or my professional field, if you may, I felt there was something missing. Whenever I was talking, whenever I was speaking to someone in the exec level or any meeting if you want to talk about, I felt there was something missing. And slowly and steadily, that realization kept on building within myself that, yes, I need to regain or start engaging in something which had made me successful for the last 5 years. So no matter what happens today, I will ensure that, yes, I have to be part of the meeting today. And that's the reason I chose to be the Toastmaster day today when Mayur reached out to me. Initially, I was thinking, would I be able to do justice to this role or would I be not? But I thought that I will challenge myself. And that's the reason I did not even prepare a single thing, to be honest with all of you. Because I wanted to share this straight out of my heart. And that's the reason you might notice a lot of fillers as well to the evaluators. All right. So coming to the context of the meeting, and we have a good amount of guests as well. A Toastmaster meeting, I believe all of us are already aware, but for the guest, I would share that in a Toastmaster meeting, it's divided into 3 segments. The first part is the prepared speech section.
Recording in progress.
Sorry, someone just. All right. The first part is the prepared speech section. The second one is one of my favorites, the table topics. And finally, we end with the evaluation session. Now, I planned on making this event, or rather this meeting, a little more interactive. So I would begin, before I introduce the general evaluator for today, which is Milind sir, I wanted to ask a question. Any takers in the crowd today? That's my first question. Do someone want to share a habit that you're looking to develop? Anyone can raise their hand? No. Perfect.
Sure, I think I can share. Yeah. Thanks so much, Shubhadeep. Yeah, the one habit that I'm trying to develop is to brush with my left hand. I find it a little inconvenient, but I think being inconvenient is kind of good. And it's actually helping me build better connections in the brain. So I'm trying to write in the left hand and brush in my left hand as well.
Great. So you're trying to be more like an ambidextrous person, if that's the right word I'm saying. Perfect. That's wonderful. And how far have you developed in that habit? Are you progressing well?
Yes, absolutely. I think I'm able to write one-line sentences with ease. Of course, don't guess my handwriting. My children have better handwriting than me when it compares to that. Otherwise, it's pretty good and it's very exciting, the journey especially, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Vinay. It's really interesting. Anyone else? Any takers? Anyone else want to share?
So maybe I can share with him that one thing that I am trying to do is bath with cold water daily.
Winters.
Yeah, even in the winter. So doing this.
Yeah, I'm doing as well. Cold shower regularly.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I was reading an interesting study the other day about habits, and it's kind of related to what you're doing on a daily basis. If you're trying to develop a new habit, why not attach that to an existing habit that you have? I'll just give a quick example. We all wake up in the morning when we brush our teeth, right? So along with brushing, why don't we attach that regular habit with something else? That can be, you can actually do a squat along with when you are brushing your teeth. That will build a habit on top of what you're already doing. If that makes sense, and if you're able to relate to that. Wonderful. So I'll keep on asking these interactive questions because I wanted this to be more interactive between every one of us. So without any further ado, let me introduce the general evaluator for today, which is DTM Milind sir. And I'll go and quickly introduce DTM Milind. And DTM Milind is a non-executive resident director of AVM Impact Private Limited and Play Simple Games Private Limited. He's a qualified company secretary and a law graduate. He has over 30 years of corporate experience. He's a certified independent director and a certified meditator. He is on the expert committee of Bangalore Chambers of Industries and Commerce and on the panel of economic affairs of Confederation of Indian Industries Karnataka chapter. He's a DTM, a professional speaker, club coach, club mentor for 3 Toastmasters corporate club, namely GSK, Intel, and Rockwell. With that being said, a big round of applause to welcome DTM Milind.
I have developed a habit of using my left hand to have my coffee easily and a beer even smoothly. There are some jobs or some job titles that confuse people. A chief executive officer, for example, may scare people wondering about employees who are being executed by that officer. Thankfully, my role title in today's meeting is fairly self-explanatory. General Evaluator. As the title suggests, my role is to give a general evaluation on the overall proceedings of our meeting, today's meeting. Things in which each role taker, each prepared speakers, each table topic speaker excelled, the areas which they may work on and the areas which they may try to challenge themselves. Helping me in my job are some specific evaluators who would evaluate specific aspect. For example, there are specific evaluators who would evaluate the prepared speeches in today's meeting. Apart from that, we also have role takers, T, A, G, L. T stands for timer, A stands for R counter, G stands for grammarian, and L stands for listener. So may I request the timer for the day, Toastmaster Suraj, to share what is his role as a timer in this meeting.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Suraj Prithviraj and I am your timer today. And I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each of the speaker of the time they have left using a green, a yellow, and a red card, which denotes specific times that remain. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise a green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will raise a yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise a red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speeches, you have 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will raise a green card. At 5, I will raise a yellow. And at 6, I will raise a red card. Most of the speeches should be between 5 to 7 minutes length of each. At 5 minutes, I will raise a green. At 6, I will raise a yellow. And at 7 minutes, I will raise a red card. The individual evaluations should be between 2 and 3 minutes only. At 2 minutes, I will raise a green. At 3, I will 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll raise a yellow. And at 3 minutes, I will raise a red card. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Over to the other Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj Prithviraj, for highlighting the importance of your timing role and how you will be showing. So may I just request you to showcase those green cards, yellow cards and red card. Can you just show that?
I need to share the screen. Yes, I will definitely do
Yeah,
that.
please. That will be easier for the role takers to understand exactly what they should be doing.
Can you make me the co-host here? I'm not able to share.
So let's come. Good.
I think Suraj, you can share the screen, and if you have in your background as well, that way also you can share.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I'm
enabled
sorry,
for-
yeah, I don't have it in the background. There's some technical snag
Okay.
which because of which I'm not able to show.
Better we
Sorry.
collect it right away so it becomes easy.
Yeah, I have it
Otherwise-
here. So I have a red card. Can you see the red card?
Yeah,
No,
your,
no.
your screen is black right now.
Okay, 1 second, please. Sorry, I don't know what's this. I'm so sorry about this.
Take your time, no problem. Let's rectify it right away.
1 second.
It's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
If you have any three color of something, three paper,
Yeah, I have a
of,
color here. It's not. I'm not able
that
to
also
show
you
that.
can show by like this, if you want.
So Zoom Master, make sure you're spotlighting the timer when the role takers are doing the job, both of them, so it becomes easy because they should be able to see the timer.
What we can do is we can continue with the other role takers that we have. And
Oh, okay, so in the meantime, no problem.
Just of time.
Okay, thank you for that suggestion, Toastmaster of the day. Now let me move to the R counter for the day. So R counter today is a person who encourages you to have tasty food. At the same time, make it a habit to make it also healthy. And she has multiple videos on tasty and healthy foods. So she has inculcated that habit in herself and is sharing that to everyone. So make sure to have that habit of having a tasty and healthy food. So with this, may I introduce the R counter for the day, Toastmaster Sushma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Miling. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today, I would be playing the role of R counter. As an R counter, my role is paying close attention to all the role takers and speakers and make a note of crutch words like etc. Repetitive words like and, so, you know, like, filler phrases and short pauses, long pauses, and unnecessary pauses. These injections disrupt our flow of speech and makes it less interesting. I would prepare my report and I would present at the end of the session when I'm called upon by a general evaluator, which would be helpful in minimizing these CRPF words in your speeches in future. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushma, highlighting the significance of those clutch words which we have unconsciously in our speeches or in while we communicate with others. So let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Sushma. Now is the time for me to introduce the grammarian for the day. The grammarian would like to introduce himself as somebody who believes in keeping company of people, who think positive or positively, is an avid traveler, a fitness enthusiast, and loves to read books. A self-help and alternative healing. So please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Vinay Murthy from Ripple's Toastmaster Club. Over to you.
Thank you so much for that warm and wonderful welcome, DTM Milan. Good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Vinay Murthy, and I will be the grammarian for this meeting. To align with today's theme, just Like how you will need good habits to maintain good health and good wealth, good usage of grammar is crucial to maintain effective communication. As the grammarian, it's my job to make note of creative usages in the English language and also make note and correct any grammatical mistakes that may occur during the meeting. It's also my job to explain the word of the day, which is sanguine. So here's something what I request you all to do very quickly. Unmute yourself and repeat after me. Penguin.
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 Penguin again. Absolutely, penguin, right? Now, say sanguine.
Sanguine.
Yep, that's the right way to pronounce this particular word. And now you may mute yourselves. Thank you so much for that participation. The meaning of this word sanguine simply means optimistic or positive, especially in an apparently bad or difficult situation. We are sanguine about finding a general evaluator for tomorrow's meeting. And we know such situations occur not just for any role, it could occur in daily life too. And for today's meeting, we also have the phrase of the day, which is see eye to eye, meaning agreeing with someone. They finally saw eye to eye on that business deal is a good example of how you may use the phrase of the day. I encourage you all to use the word of the day as much as possible, and I'm sanguine that we will have people who will try to use the word and the phrase of the day appropriately. And to appreciate those who do, I request you all to give a thumbs up, either by way of showing your thumb or using that emote icon or just a big smile to cheer up that particular person. And I will share my report at the end of the meeting during the evaluation. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Milind. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. I'm sanguine with the fantastic energy of each of the role takers and the speakers will be coming now, as well as table topic master and speaker. I'm totally sanguine that this meeting is going to rock. It's one of the milestone meeting we're going to have it. Now is the time for me to introduce the L, the listener. The listener joins us all the way from Delhi. He's a sports management professional looking at corporate affairs in Baichung Bhutia Football School. He's a cinephile, marathon runner, and often enjoys trips with friends. So here is the Toast listener for the day, Toastmaster Bidhu.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. An average person speaks 7,000 words per day. The same person hears 35,000 words per day. So clearly, listening takes precedence in our day-to-day life. But not all the things that we listen, we retain. Most people only remember 17 to 25% of the things that they listen to. Everyone in this meeting is well aware of the importance of listening skills for a person aspiring to become an effective leader. Speech Weavers, being a forum for us to develop our leadership skills, allows us the opportunity to enhance our listening skills when we are not delivering a speech. So my motive is to encourage your active listening. And to do that, when the Chief Judge calls me at the end, I would ask a few questions based on the topics that have been spoken throughout this meeting. And I'm sanguine that maximum members can see eye to eye and answer them. All the best on your listening, and over to you, Chief Judge.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bidhu. Evaluation is something like a feedback. As they say, feedback is the breakfast for champion. It is said that criticism, like rain, should be gentle enough to nourish individuals' growth without destroying the individual's roots. In Toastmasters, we recognize the merit of this. Juliet Martin, an American columnist, had said, when virtues are pointed out first, flaws seems less insurmountable. Appreciating the good raises the moral of the receiver. So that is the role. So as and when the Toastmaster of the day calls me, I'll submit my report along with my dedicated evaluators. So may I just check with our timer Toastmaster Suraj? Is he able to display the thing? Is that done and dusted? Can you just showcase once? You can unmute yourself, Suraj.
Okay, this is my yellow card for the timing. Yellow card here. The first one is the green card, then the yellow card here. And finally, once your time is up, then I'm going to share the red card.
Wow, Toastmaster Suraj, for using this on the fly. It's a great initiative. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Suraj, as is all the tag team, TALG team. So with this, I hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shubhadeep. Over to you.
Thank you, Milind sir, and the entire evaluation team for introducing yourself and the rules. Now, before we jump on to the prepared speech section, this thought I'll share a quick quote by Warren Buffett. So it goes something like this: the chain of habits are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. What that means is that if we have developed a habit today, which is not a good one, and we are getting adjusted to that, breaking that habit, so breaking that habit and coming out of this chain is a difficult one. So we'll talk more about that, but before we do that, let's start with the prepared speech section. Before I introduce the first speaker for tonight, let me call upon the evaluator, Toastmaster Deepa, to introduce the first speaker, Toastmaster Joseph.
Good evening, everybody. Are you able to hear and see me? I have some network issue right now. Can you confirm?
Yes, we are.
He's going to be trying out his level 4 project, which is about managing change. And the purpose of this project is to develop a change management plan and to share some aspect of that plan. So what is a change management plan, you say? The member has developed a change management plan about any real or hypothetical change in his or her past or a current change that affects a group that he or she is part of. And the member will be providing us information about the plan. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank
you, Toastmaster Deepa, for introducing the speaker's objective for Toastmaster Joseph. So without any further ado, I would request the first speaker for today, Toastmaster Joseph. Toastmaster Joseph, the stage is all yours.
May I know the title of the speech?
Can someone please share the title of the speech?
Joseph, what is the title of the speech?
A new dimension.
Okay, thank you.
When I was 6 years old, I was born in Bangalore, enjoying the pleasant climate. Not only that, I had a fascination to walk. That was my habit in the gardens. So I used to reach my grandma by walking through the garden in the green lush. And that was my habit, spending my bus fare to buy some peanuts and walk on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear guests. The Bangalore which I was talking about is in 40s. And today, 2021, the population explosion. and in all directions the expansion of Bangalore. The civic authority, who is supposed to take most of the projects for the betterment of the citizens, is infrastructure, waste management, water supply system, sewerage system, infrastructure, electricity, street lighting, and so on and so forth. It has to be coordinated with BWSSB, is one of the organization, and BESCOM, Bangalore Development Authority. Like that, there is a coordination for this one. A difference is the planning and scheduling of this particular civic agency and the coordination with other organizations, she appears to be a total failure. The Bangalore which I have seen in my childhood compared to today, of course, I agree, the population increased exponentially. Did the authorities able to compensate or support the system of population together with all these infrastructure facilities and other things which I have mentioned just now? Are they proportionately increasing together with the population? Not. That is a failure of the civic authorities. So to say, the real estate builders started building it, and all the incoming people who wanted to settle in Bangalore have occupied the real estate because of their money, because of the availability, because of the climatic condition that is attracting them, and they came and settled. How much they are really profiting by staying in Bangalore? It is very less, comparatively very, very less. They may be having money. That is not enough. What are the facilities that they enjoy? As a taxpayer, what the civic authorities are justifying in giving them a good life? Nobody leads a good life here. If you go all around the Bangalore, it is stinking. All the trees are cut down, there is no green. Green lush is not at all there, except where the military occupation is there, there are trees. Otherwise, metro kills 10,000 trees. Road widening, another 10,000 trees. Like that is the Bangalore. You reach up to the forest and even destroy the forest, and the lion comes for dinner. This is what is happening in civic authority. Then how much we have to tolerate all these things? The taxpayer money is being lost in the drain. I sanguine that an alternate organization or the change in the management is required so that you deploy the right person in a right place. Everybody is not qualified. The IAS is just not qualified to occupy a commissioner post. He has to know the subject very much so that he can appropriately deploy people also to take the task and fulfill the conditions required. Mostly, what I have seen in the infrastructure, I myself was the advisor to the chief engineer for a few months, but there is no what is known as quality control. There is no quality control and quality assurance on any work they are taking. All the budget is lapsed because for lack of supervision, the lack of proper contractors to execute the work, and the time schedule is lost. Everything is lost. Under these circumstances, there is one organization for which I am also a member of it. Then they come up, they probed into all the situations of mismanagement, embezzlement, misappropriation of funds. Now they start to join the public speaking and putting all the in and out of what's going on in the civic authorities. And now they are going to make a big committee called Bharat Navaratna Party, Bangalore Navaratna Party, and they are standing for the election. It is my sincere desire that a change is required in order to manage the entire civil civic authorities who are responsible for managing the civic requirement for the citizens of Bangalore so that they can breathe a fresh air, they can walk in the lush green, they can always have a better non-stinking Bangalore so that they live happily, the mosquitoes, free from mosquitoes and with good health, and so that people not only attracted by the climate, but also of a very good infrastructure, good other systems to be functioning, avoid flooding, and so on and so forth. This is my message. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph, for that wonderful speech. Moving on to the next speaker that we have for today, Toastmaster Mayur, our club president. And before I introduce the speaker, let me call upon his evaluator, that is Toastmaster Vineet, to share the speech objectives and other relevant details. Toastmaster Vineet.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubhadeep. So today, Toastmaster Mayur is going to give speech through this pathway project called Presentation Mastery, which is level 4, project 1. Very interesting project. Is managing a difficult audience. And purpose of this project is for member to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when he presents outside the Toastmasters Club. Member will deliver a 5 to 7 minutes of speech on any topic and practice responding to 4 audience member disruptions. So member has overall, Mayur has 10 to 15 minutes to deliver his whole speech, 5 to 7 minutes of speech, and then respond to the disruptors. And all the best, Mayur. Over to you, Toastmaster Shubhadeep.
Before we proceed, timer, are we clear on the timings of the speech? Suraj?
So it's going to be 5 to 7 minutes, right?
Overall, it's 10 to 15 minutes, 7 minutes of speech. I think you just have to count that 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, so I got to count. I'll show the cards at 5, 6, and 7. Plus, once the red thing is over, after 7.
Check with the speaker. Check with the speaker.
Yeah, check with the speaker. That's right.
Let's confirm with the speaker.
I'm going to say, let's say it's going to be a 5 to 7 minute speech. So I'm going to say like, let's say at 7 minutes, I'll show you the red card so that you know 7 minutes are up. So post that you have another, let's say 5 minutes.
Is that a 5 to 7 minute speech, Mayur, or the speech time?
Yeah, Shubhadeep, total time is 10 to 15 minutes. So what he can do is he can show yellow card at 10.
Exactly.
And green card at 12 and red card at 15. So my speech will comprise of like one speech, and altogether audience will call their questions. So in total it will be 10 to 15 minutes.
So for the timer, let me share how we can do this. So for this one, what we do is, since it's a 15-minute speech, you can devise it as 13, 14, 15. So at 13 you show the green, at 14 you show the yellow, and at 15 you show the red card. This is according.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So coming to the speaker, the president of our club, Toastmaster Mayur. Let me introduce him first of all. Triple Crown winner and the immediate past VP head of the club and the past VP membership as well. Currently serving as a president. He is a dedicated Toastmaster, of course, who loves to help his fellow Toastmaster colleagues. A fitness enthusiast, cyclist, swimmer, love reading books in his free time. Following his passion for stock market by spending some of his time regularly. Professionally, a senior business manager by profession for an IT firm. And that's about our speaker. The speech title is Achieving Success Through Club Leadership Opportunities. For the evaluator, if you want, you can write it down. So Toastmaster Mayur, achieving success through club leadership opportunities. Achieving success through club leadership opportunities, Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you so much, Shubhadeep. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and friends. Now I would like to first share my screen with you. Okay. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So achieving success through club leadership opportunity, I'm going to talk about. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. First, I would like to share a quote which you have heard a lot of times regularly. A leader is a one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Is quoted by John Maxwell. Okay, so every club needs a 7-person of executive committee for the term. So the 7 people comprises of club president, 3 VP membership of education, membership, and PR of VP PR. And to support all these 3-4 people, we have also have a treasurer, secretary, and SA as well. For the term comprises for a club, and all this team execute all the club plan, what they are going to do in the term, as well as make the meeting for plan the meetings and all these things they're done. So I'm going to talk about first with the responsibilities
Suresh, my
and
webinar may
role.
call you back.
No problem. You can call me tomorrow morning. That will be better.
Okay, okay, bye.
Okay, na? मैं
No.
travel में हूँ. I might not
Zoom
be-
master, just mute others, please.
Okay, where is my cursor? Just a second.
That was a disruption.
Thank you. So the club president role comprises of he handle a club matter and preside over every club business and executive meetings. He also focuses on membership, member growth and experience, followed by recognition of member achievement, completion, and give awards to best role taker, includes Toastmaster of the month and level completion for the members. He manages club administration. He call meeting to order during the meeting, check agenda before the meeting. He schedules the and chair monthly executive meetings with the ExCom officials. And to achieve all this, we plan our meetings and executive meeting and attend our international convention and vote for. We get one vote which has to be given during the international convention for certain decisions. Okay, now we can also coordinate with club official. He is the first person who can coordinate with the club official and members. So that's how a president works. To get the advance and to get advance and membership achievement, he also oversee the plan to achieve how we can get the DCP or distinguished club program goals or DCP points. So all these things has to be managed properly, and we have to plan in the start of the first month of the term, and we have to make that how our club can be distinguished as well. He also ensures on ongoing membership building program, so we can organize membership building events in which we invite one of the keynote speaker who can talk about how to get the membership, and invite guests. We also invite guests, and our VP membership reached out to them to convert them into one of the member. We also promote our all educations award. Now coming back to the VP education role. VP education role is one of the most important and challenging role in any club of Toastmaster. This include not only just planning and executing the meeting, it also gives you immense networking opportunity in and out of Toastmaster as well. Supposedly in last term and including in this term as well, I was got connected with almost 400 to 500 people in last 1 year, not only just because of Toastmaster. So what he do is he can schedule the meeting at least 3 weeks in advance and support club member for completing their speeches. And monitor, he can also monitor member progress and our approve level in his base camp. He is the person who can motivate members to take variety of role, and he is the person for first point of contact in and out of club role for club for filling role fillings. Now I would like to talk about VP membership. He is the person who, if you want to take this kind of role, if you are not a sales guy, or if you don't know about the sales, and if you want to give it a,
I have a
yes.
question. So what is the difference of, so you said many things are taken care by VP education, right? So is it similar to what president does, or there's a difference between these roles?
So there are a lot of difference in president as well as for the VP education role. So the VP education is the person who execute all these things of filling the role, mentoring the members to get the role, take the roles and responsibilities. Suppose certain members don't want to take roles, so you have to motivate them as well to take small steps by taking tag roles in starting. Then you can jump into give your speech. Then after that you can take TMOD. Then you can take evaluation and general evaluation later. And on the other hand, what president do is he can discuss with the VP education that what we can plan about who is going to take what kind of role, and VP membership, VP education and president can discuss all these things.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So the next thing is he can VP membership can promote goal of getting 1 new member each month. So the club doesn't suffer that much. That suppose for regular term, yearly term, we need to have at least 20% to become a distinguished club if any club want to get. So this is the best idea if you want your membership in good strength. So get the members regularly at least once a month, and encourage. There is a one award for a member. Suppose if you are sponsoring 5, 10 or 50 members, so you will get a sponsor award as well from the Toastmaster. Connect with guests and share detail how they can join the meeting, and keep in touch with them always. Okay. Now I would like to talk about the VP PR, public relation. He is the main person who can put your image, what kind of club you are and how does it look like, and what kind of meeting they are going to have in upcoming meetings. So he is the sole person who create the poster, and he has the presence which can be shared in the social media and in local community and groups as well. He can promote club content, web content, and safeguard by following brand guidelines as well. He is the person who provide meeting promotional material with the club and member and guests. VP PR also create a newsletter for the term as well. So the VP PR is one of the good learning opportunity if you are interested in creativity. So you will learn a lot about the public relation by taking this role as well. So, and VP PR also announced the PR campaign and share with the club member, guest, and certain other Toastmaster groups and on the social media websites. So now coming back to the secretary role, he or she is the one person who can maintain club record and manage club files as well. On the secondarily, he create minute of the meeting for each club meeting and execute the meet and each club meeting and executive meetings. So minutes of the meeting of previous meeting can be shared in the current meeting or in the group as well, or over the email with the member and guest. He can prepare action item for president to be discussed in upcoming business meeting and include discuss including unfinished business correspondence or any announcement can be made by secretary. He or she can be also be responsible for circling the attendance as well. So these few club roles give us a lot of immense opportunity and which can be learned by the member, and all these skills what we learn in Toastmaster can be applied in our regular life and work life as well. Now I'm going to talk about the treasurer. This is not just a club accountant. It is a very interesting role come into picture because you play with the money here. So this is the person who create the budget at the beginning of the term, what we are going to do with money which we are getting from the member, collect membership dues from time to time from members, and manage club account and expense. Certain expenses come into notice to the treasurer that we have to give TMOM trophies and check or coupon whenever required we have to issue for any keynote speaker or contest winners. All these things we have to issue. So these are the few roles we can do, and now I would like to, okay, the spelling is incorrect for sergeant at arms at the end, my mistake. Now I would like to talk about sergeant at arms. This is one of the very interesting role. So whenever a meeting start, club meeting start, so first thing any person notice is sergeant at arms. So he's the person who starts the meeting regularly for every week and confirm meeting room before the meeting. He or she greet the member and guest before the meeting. He can collect physical item for the meeting if required, issue certificates to the role takers and winners. He or she can also explain Toastmaster and club protocol before the meeting to the member and guest. So all these roles come with a responsibility and privilege, and I hope member will have sanguine about to get the grab the these roles for the next term, and they can get any role if they are interested. If you would like to ask any questions with me, I am happy to answer. If you have any questions.
Hi Mayur, so this is Bidu, Zoom Master. So is there a selection process for these particular roles? Like if someone wants to apply for Sergeant of Arms versus someone applying for VP membership, is there different procedure or there is a single procedure?
So what as the executive committee, what we can do is whenever a election happens, so you can opt for one of the role, whatever you select. At that point of time, you should nominate only for one of the roles when the nomination issues. And suppose you are applying for treasurer role, so you can apply for that, and you can apply for other role as well if you want. So there is no compulsion per se. I hope that I answered your question.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Or shall I close my speech then? I thought, okay. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayur. I think the number of questions were pretty much limited. Generally, we see a lot of questions being asked. And okay, so I think you got up easy, Mayur. That's how
Yes.
I would like to put this across.
Yes.
And objective-wise, I don't think there will be a markdown because there were no questions. From your part, it was absolutely fine. And I think there is a division as well. This was a segment for which you had to speak, and there was a division for the number of questions as well. I assume that's how your project is. Wonderful. So let's move on to the next exciting section that we have, that is the table topics. For the benefit of the guest, the table topic is all about the extempore. We'll get certain set of topics, maybe dedicated to the theme of the meeting, which is making a habit. And we have a dedicated table topic master. And it's none other than Toastmaster Adarsh. So Toastmaster Adarsh, the stage is all yours for the table topic sessions.
Greetings, Toastmasters and guests, and thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shubhadeep, for making it much easier for me to explain the role. But I'm obliged to explain the role regardless, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm Adarsh, and I'll be playing the role of a table topics master today. And as for my role, I will be providing a set of topics that are very random in nature, but they're meant to test you. They're meant to test your impromptu speaking skills. You're supposed to talk about them for 1 to 2 minutes, and also be provided a grace period of around 30 seconds to finish talking about your topic. So I have a whole bunch of topics today, and they're all centered around the theme of today. So the theme for today is obviously about building habits that last for a lifetime. So as for my job, I'm going to provide a set of topics to you, and I'm going to start off with, I'm not sure whom I should go with today. So I'm going to take the liberty of calling Toastmaster Bidu. Toastmaster Bidu. Okay, I can actually see the smile on his face. So it clearly shows that he wants to take this up. Toastmaster Bidu, here's your topic. Describe one moment in your life that motivates you. Let me repeat. Describe one moment in your life that motivates you. The topic is in the chat box.
Hello, everyone, and good evening again. One moment in my life that motivates me is very difficult to answer because I pick motivations from different sources. And the reason of picking motivations from different sources is because sometimes you need motivations for different reasons. Sometimes you need motivation to start a habit. Like someone explained, they wanted to brush by left hand. But what is the motivation behind it? Are they a cricket fan? Did they see Glenn Maxwell trying switch hits, even though he's a right-handed batsman? Where did that motivation come from? Or someone else who is persevering in a startup. I know that you are working in a startup. So while growing, where do you get a motivation to grow your company? Is it because you saw the big growth of Amazon? Or sometimes there's a very different reasons for motivation. If you see someone running 42 kilometers, where does he get motivation from? Maybe Milind sir, he's a marathon runner. Why would you just run for 42 kilometers? Do you want to go back to your Homo sapien days when you were a nomad and you were running for food? So we don't know where to get motivations, but why we need a motivation is a crucial factor in finding out the source of motivation. So right now, currently staying at home, the biggest motivation for me is learning through sports people, because for them, it is very difficult to stay at home without any equipments, gyms and field. So this is where I pick up motivation for now, where we are to work from home and stay at home for a longer period of time. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bidu. I would like all of you to give a round of applause for Toastmaster Bidu for having stepped up and answered the table topic. Now, this question actually didn't have one particular answer, to be honest, because we derive motivation from so many different sources every day. So I appreciate the fact that you went ahead and spoke about the first thing that came to our mind. I would like to move on to our next speaker for today. And for our next speaker, I would like to call Toastmaster Vineet. Toastmaster Vineet, here's your table topic. What is the one habit you wish you inculcated today? Let me repeat. What is the one habit you wish you inculcated today?
What is the one habit that I inculcated today? Is that what the topic?
What is the one topic you wish you could inculcate today. So all of us have multiple things that we want to do every day, but we don't do it. So what is the one thing that you wish you did every day starting from today?
So good afternoon, my dear Toastmasters and dear guest. Yesterday I was watching Sadhguru's video, and that video was so transforming. And the title of the video was, "You Don't Need to Sleep." And I was amazed. This is one thing I was finding since so many years. How beautiful it would be that when I don't need to sleep and I'm just working on my passion. And I went through the video, and then he finally comes back and says that even if you sleep for 3-4 hours, that is more than enough. The only thing is you have to take care of so many other things, your food habits, your diet, and I know Toastmaster Sushma is a dietitian. We can check with her as well. How can one be very light, right? And there are so many aspects. What do you think for the whole day? So mental aspect is there, physical aspect is there. And then I was just thinking, can I inculcate this habit of just sleeping 2-3 hours? And I just thought about it, and I slept at somewhere around 4 a.m. And I thought I'll wake up at 6 a.m. So 2 hours, right? And by the time I woke up, watch was already saying 11 a.m. And then I thought, no, looks like for me, it is still at least I need 6 to 7 hours. I think still maybe I'll have to take so many steps. Maybe I'll have to change my diet habit. Maybe I have to change my thought process and everything. And that's where I'll be able to inculcate this habit, which I really wish to, really use this habit. I'm reading. I have so many things to take care. I want to read many books. I want to do so many new things. The only thing is, when you sleep for 6 to 8 hours, almost 1/3 of your life is going there. If I'm living for 75 years, 25 years I'll be giving to sleep. That's such a big number. And how beautiful it will be if I can actually cut that down and sleep just for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, not beyond that. And that is one habit. That is one habit I would really like to inculcate, and multiply all the efforts that I'm putting in so many things. So yeah, if you ask this, and the one thing that emerges in my mind is maybe like if I'm able to change my sleeping pattern, reduce it from 6 hours to maybe 2 hours or even 4 hours is acceptable. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Adarsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vineet. Those were some startling numbers, if I'm not wrong. We spend most of our lives sleeping on our beds, but you must understand that sleeping is a very important part of our day, because without enough sleep, I don't think we'd be able to work for the remaining 15 or 16 hours that we work every day. That also includes the household work, if I'm not wrong. I would like to move on to our next speaker for today. Our next speaker will be Smita. Smita, we'd like to give this a shot.
Yes.
What is the one habit
Adarsh, hold on. There's a lot of disturbance from your end or some end. I'm not sure where.
But most of the area you will cover. This is from my side here. And don't apply it here. Apply on the top. Apply on the body. Somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's coming from Smita's side.
Okay, I think it's probably coming from Smita herself. But shall we go ahead regardless?
Now it is
Can't hear anything. We can't hear her because of that background
Okay, then
noise.
I'll probably give Smita a couple of minutes to get things sorted. Meanwhile, I would like to call upon Yash. Yash.
Hi, Adarsh, can you hear me?
Hello. So here's your topic today. Your topic is what is the one habit of yours that you admire a lot? Let me repeat. What is the one habit of yours that you admire a lot?
Sure. Well, first of all, let me begin by thanking you for this opportunity. It's something I've been yearning to do for as long as I can remember. One habit that I have incredible gratitude for and immense admiration for is reading. I started reading probably when I was in my early teens, and it was my father who implored me to cultivate this habit, primarily to expand my perspective and to spark wisdom, to take me from where I was to where I wanted to be, and empower me to realize my aspirations. The first book I read was One Upon Wall Street by a celebrated fund manager called Peter Lynch. This is a man who is endowed with wisdom, perseverance, and enlightenment. I spent a couple of months reading that book, and it changed my perspectives on not only investing, but also life. It endowed me with some fundamental skill sets. Number one, the importance of perseverance. Number two, the importance of being bold, the willingness to get out of your comfort zone and embracing discomfort. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. As I speak with you, I can experience a rush of nervousness go down my spine. But within my heart is also a desire to embrace courage and to do the extraordinary, to reach the pinnacle of success. And that's what brings me here, Adarsh. Yet again, many thanks for this, and thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. All of us find inspiration from all kinds of people. And Yash here happens to find inspiration from one of the greatest fund managers to ever live, Peter Lynch. That said, I'd like to move on to our next speaker for today. Our next speaker will be Smita. Are you ready? Would you be able to go now?
Am I?
That sounds great. We are able to hear you pretty well. So here's your topic. You'll have a different topic now.
Is there any background noise?
No, everything is perfectly fine. We're able to hear you extremely well.
Okay.
What bad habits in your life do you wish to break? Let me repeat. What bad habits in your life that you wish to break? Let me type your table topic in the chat.
What bad habit which I wish to? Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Smita. As you all know that I have joined for the first time, so it really will become difficult for me to explain, but I'll try to do that. There are a number of habits that I need to break. The first habit that I'm looking in day-to-day habit, that is to sleep till 7:30 and 8. That I have heard that it is sufficient to sleep not more than 3 to 4 hours. That is sufficient, as I was listening. So I had in my mind that I really try to improve my sleeping pattern, and I think that would be more useful because if you awake late, then really your 25% of your 24 hours becomes means it will become very difficult to manage all the things of every day. So if I improve my sleeping pattern, then definitely I will have a lot of time to manage my things, and definitely if I will create that habit, then different number of things or different number of work that I want to do, I can do it on regular basis, such as to attend that Toastmasters meeting. So that is my thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Smita. There are so many bad habits all of us want to break every day, and you happen to list out a whole bunch of things that you wish to break, and I wish you all the best on being able to break all these habits. In fact, all of us can see eye to eye when it comes to bad habits. So I was happy to see all the sanguine speakers today. So with that in mind, I would like to say that the table topic session for today is adjourned. I'd like to hand it back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shubhadeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adarsh, for that exciting table topic session. I know we are running almost on schedule. Okay, we're almost there. Wonderful. So this takes us to the final segment of today's meeting, which is the evaluation session, and the most effective for which we all await throughout the meeting. Evaluating the speeches, evaluating the roles that were taken, how did we do, where the objectives met, what all feedback does the evaluation team have for us. Let's hear it out. So calling on stage Toastmaster or the DTM, Milind sir, for the general evaluation section. Thank you.
So let me rush immediately to Toastmaster Deepa as an evaluator for the first speech. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator to Milind. Good evening, speech viewers, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and the person adding a new dimension to our lives, Toastmaster Joseph. Thank you for that wonderful speech about the old Bangalore and the new Bangalore, and your vision of how we can still bring Bangalore to its glory. This speech took me back to my childhood, I must say, and I felt the same agony that you feel about the loss of greenery, the loss of infrastructure facilities. I mean, when I used to walk on MG Road back then in the 90s, it used to feel like heaven, and now there's nothing there. And I could so relate to your speech. Thank you for bringing that alive and instilling hope. The things that stood out for me, Toastmaster Joseph, was the opening, the way you built the speech on that 1940s Bangalore. You as a 6-year-old, you could look at you as a boy going to your grandmother's place, very descriptive and very effective. The other thing I really appreciated was the expression, the passion throughout your speech. I mean, you meant things. You were persuasive. You were compelling. I also like the part where you mentioned about you being an advisor to the chief engineer at an infrastructure project, and the problems that seep into the system, and that I really wished I listened to more of, but I appreciate what was going on wrong, and you highlighted that. Now, as Toastmaster, we are here to improve our speeches and get better, and these are things I would wish I hear more from you. Toastmaster Joseph, you told us that you are now part of the Bangalore Nirmana Party. I wished I knew to know as to how you were part of the party and what your role in the party was, if you were involved in the planning, and were you giving some inputs to the party, and what were those plans in specifics? Maybe highlight one problem and provide a solution. That way we could listen to more detail of the speech. We could envision how the transformation could happen. The second thing was the abrupt ending. Like, I like the speech, smooth flow speech. You were going like it was a smooth flowing river, and suddenly this is what the message, this is what I have to say, and thank you, and you just left. So I wish you gave us a message of hope, a punchline. Maybe you could see Bangalore transforming, provided this and this happened. You could highlight that and then bring out the same story of your childhood, and maybe talk to the contemporary people and say your grandchildren should be able to take a walk like I did or something, and then round it up. That said, in summary, I would say great passion, great opening with the picture of old Bangalore, a little work on the specifics of how the problem could be solved and your role in the party, and a work on the ending. This speech would have just gone to the next level of good luck for your next speech, I wish to hear more of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Deepa, for giving a comprehensive capsule of this evaluation, highlighting the excellent areas and also encouraging and giving a fantastic tips to the speaker, how he can take his speech to the next level by sharing specifics, especially when he himself is a consultant, is a specialist in that. You could have heard more from a specialist's mouth in a very layman's language. It would have been much more connecting. And of course, he had much time, because only when at yellow, when the car was flashed, he stopped. So Joseph, you had some time at your disposal. You could have utilized what evaluator is talking about. spent some time on giving that conclusion, what was there. Just otherwise fantastic. So round of applause to Toastmaster Deepa for her fantastic evaluation and Toastmaster Joseph for his speech on a part which is concerning with our own city, our golden city. So with this, I request the next evaluator, Toastmaster Vinith, to share his evaluation for Mayur's speech. Over to Vinith.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Milind. Hello, Toastmasters guest, and hello to President Toastmaster Mayur in particular. Amazing start with such a powerful quote when he quoted one of my favorite leadership guru, John Maxwell. Leader is the one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. And Toastmaster Mayur, being a president, he's a testimony of this fact. And even in the speech, we saw that. He discussed about all the amazing things that 7 role takers do, how they achieve the DCP points, what exactly are the roles and responsibilities of president, VP Ed, VPM, VPPR, secretary, treasurer, SA. It's so important. I think, I know election is about to come, so it becomes even more important that he talked about it in such a great detail. I know there was a guy named Toastmaster Vinith who was acting like a disruptor in your speech, but you handled it so graciously. And I saw that there was a smile on your face even on that disruption. And even after that, you asked, does that answer your question? Similarly, when Toastmaster Bidhu had a question on how roles are selected, again, you had very beautiful answer. You explained the whole process to him. Presentation was really useful. It acted as a good visual aid. And I was kind of it was so clear for me about each of the roles that are so important for any club. Any speech has always some improvement areas, only then we grow. So a couple of things that I saw is when you started with, guys, can you see my screen? So basically, can we learn in Toastmasters, can we always start with some impactful statement, fact, or something which can immediately grab the attention of the audience? So when you say, can you guys see my screen, somewhere it gets distracted. Another thing was on the timing. Somewhere the timing was categorized into 2 parts. One was 5 to 7 minutes of speech and 4 to 5 minutes of question answers. Maybe timer can confirm that, whether you were able to accommodate to that time, 5 to 7 minutes of speech and 4 to 5 minutes of questions. The objective was more around handling those disruptive questions, I think, which you handled really well. Out and out, congratulations for a job well done. If you can work a bit more on impactful start, and of course, even ending was a bit abrupt. If you can work on start and end, I think you will be able to make even more impact. And yeah, I always want to highlight that these are just purely my personal views as an evaluator. Please get in touch with your mentor and get your speech and my evaluation evaluated with him as well. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Milind.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinith, for sharing the tips also, and the way you shared also, that was very personal thing which you highlighted, and you made it very clear this is your view. So that's a hallmark of a Toastmaster, so that person who receives, he also feels comfortable in accepting those areas for suggestion. So let's give a round of applause to him, as well as to Toastmaster Mayur for taking a very topical thing, because now the elections are around the corner, and that is as a president currently, he has to make sure his next team is up and running for that. So that's a beautiful way he took that charge. He showed the way, a great job done. As he rightly pointed, maybe a bit information in advance to the Toastmaster, timer, and every one of us, so that we are supposed to interrupt you actually. As part of that project, somehow that was missed. Even I intervened in between initial, there was some interruption and someone was speaking. I asked the Zoom master to unmute or to mute him. Sorry for that. So it's my apologies for that. So now I request my tag team to go ahead. So I would pause the timer, let the timer continue his job. So I would request the listener to go ahead with his role. Vidhu.
Hello, everyone. I'm back with my questions for the ones who were actively listening. So I would start with the first question. So when TMOD was highlighting the impact of habits, there were two people within our members who spoke about two habits that they are developing. Can you name them and what the habits are they developing?
Milind sir with the left hand, like he uses.
So you are right, 50%. Like someone uses left hand to brush, but I don't
That
think
was
it's
me.
the
Yeah.
correct person.
So Milind sir also has mentioned that he wants to use the left hand for drinking coffee, tea.
Oh, rightly answered. I missed
One
that
of the
one, but
table,
it was
one of the
better
table
mentioned.
topic, one of the table topic person said that he will change the pattern of sleeping habit.
Yes, that is true too.
Vinay. It's not table.
All right. So there was one person, Vinit, also he mentioned that he was starting to take cold showers even in winters. So moving on, I'll go to the next question. So my next question is, during our speech number 2, when Mayur was explaining about various roles, my question is, if someone wants to get recruited in Speech Weavers Club, upon whom the responsibility falls? Is it VP membership, or is it VP education, or is it VP PR?
VP membership.
Disclaimer,
Membership.
don't answer any current member. It's for only for guests. Right.
Yes, we want answers from someone who is not very much involved in these roles, and of course not from the speaker. So speaker, you can go ahead with the answer. Who takes the responsibility of recruiting new people?
Education.
क्लास में आपको यूज करना है मीडियम येलो लाइट ग्रीन रशियन ग्रीन.
All right. So the third question is, okay. So there were a lot of people mentioned with respective quotes. There were quotes about from Warren Buffett. There were quotes about Peter Lynch. But there was one quote which goes like this: "Leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way."
Mayur.
Who is the
John
person?
Maxwell.
Maxwell. Yes, it's not Mayur. He took it from John Maxwell. And the final question is, so our joke master was talking about two things, both were correlated, and one of them was startups in Bangalore. What was the major factor which led to a lot of startups in Bangalore? Sorry?
Weather?
Weather was not the answer. Weather is not the answer.
The opportunity.
No. So you have to think like a joke, because he was a joke master.
I was joking.
The correct answer is there's a lot of traffic for which people carpool, and they have a lot of time to discuss their ideas and hence the startups. So with this, I call back our general evaluator for the other people to go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster. We do this. You made sure we had to now go back to our thing and introspect. Are we a good listener or not? So you did your great job in that. Close to you. Let's give a round of applause to the listener. Now, may I request our counter for the day to highlight her role or what is her report on that? Over to you.
Good evening, fellow
Counter.
Toastmasters. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Here is my counter report. After a very long time, I have taken this role. When I started my journey, Toastmaster journey, this was my favorite role. I have taken several times to improve my listening skills. And to begin with, prepared speakers, Toastmaster Joseph, sir. I could not find any no Sam Sandar. It was flawless speech. Moving on to second speaker, Toastmaster Mayu. I could notice 6 hours, 3 O during the speech and 1 so. when it comes to moving on to evaluators, Deepa, 2 hours. Second evaluator, Vineet, 3 hours. And moving on to Toastmasters of the day, no no ums, no filler phrases. It was flawless speech. Moving on to table topics master, Adarsh. Yes, again, no ums. Table topic speakers, Bidu, no us. Today, all speakers and role takers, they have made my job very easy. I could not find any us and ma'ams in speakers and role takers. Vineet, no us. And Yesh, no us, no filler phrases, no crutch words. Smita, you have exceeded 10 hours. It's absolutely fine since you have started for first time. General evaluate Milind sir, no crutch words, absolutely, as usual, flawless. And this is my report. Over to you, General Evaluator, distinguished to Milind sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushma, for motivating everyone the way you encouraged them and you gave your report. So it was very planned report, which is good. So with this, now I'm rushing to the clamoring for the day. Toastmaster Vinay, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Just wanted to quickly check if I have the permission to share my screen. Can one of you confirm if you're able to view the screen?
Yes, we can.
That I'm sharing? Wonderful. Thank you so much. We have an awesome meeting today. Why do I say that? It's very simple. The numbers speak for themselves. We had 7 opportunities. I mean, we had several opportunities, but 7 times the word of the day was used and phrase of the day was used for 4 times. So which is extremely commendable, and I am extremely happy as a grammarian for choosing the right word and the phrase of the day. Along with that, we do have some amazing individuals who used words such as ambidextrous and phrase which is in and out of habit, straight out of my heart, and Toastmaster Milind using words like rectified, done and dusted, comprehensive, capsule, flawless, a simple word but seldom used. And then we have Toastmaster Joseph using exponentially, deploy, and phrases such as for the betterment of citizens, lost in drains. And we've got some interesting words from the evaluator Deepa, that's agony, instilling, and envision, and also a phrase which says bring Bangalore back to its glory. Grab the attention, that's an interesting one from Toastmaster Vineet. And some interesting words from others, let's inculcate. Bidu used perseverance and Homo sapien days, aspirations by Yash, and those are the creative usages. Now there is a saying, what you hear, you forget. What you see, not eye to eye, what you see is what you remember. However, what you do is what you understand. So here's what we are going to do. I'm going to give you the incorrect phrases. I need you to unmute and give me the correct phrases. So for starters, we have one of my friend. What do you think should be the right way to, what do you think should be the right way?
One of my friends.
Friend, exactly. Plural, that's right. Empty in return. What do you think we could say if somebody has to come back empty?
Empty-handed.
Empty-handed or return empty. That's simple. That's right. Okay. The spelling is mistake.
It is misspelled.
It was misspelled. Awesome. Oh, I love my class. Okay. Ask any questions with me.
Any queries?
Any queries? Is it with me or would it be ask me a question, or do you have any questions for me?
Do you have any queries?
For me, yes, that's right. And the last one, if you awake late.
Or if you are awake.
If you wake up late.
If you wake up late, that's right, absolutely. And that's it from the Grammarian's desk. You all have been an awesome audience. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster Milind.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay, for capturing the entire thing in a display, and that became your job and our job became easy, and we could actually see eye to eye with what we wanted to say, and we could learn a great thing. So thank you for that. Now it's 6:40 already. So overall, regarding the table topic master, Adarsh, can I see him on the screen? So where he came up with fully prepared and the energy which we made sure we passed on the thing. So that was very nicely done. And he picked up new guests too. And also encouraged them. Even there was a problem, they said, okay, I'll get back to you without any disturbance or irritation. So that was very nicely done. So he ensured that empathy to the person who is attending for the first time and made sure she was allowed to speak and encouraged her. So that was a good thing, fantastic. And topic selection was quite difficult, I would say. It was not that easy. But if the topic was difficult, the table topic speakers were up to that mark, and they made sure that they were speaking eye to eye with the Toastmaster of the day. So that was excellent. And each table topic speakers were great. So just a suggestion to all of you, when you are invited, even if you are guests, don't spend time in thanking for this opportunity. Just jump into the thing. We want to hear the topic from you. So just start your movie for next 1 minute or 2 minutes the way you want. Just a suggestion, if that suits you. Now coming to the Toastmaster of the day, he said he was not prepared. I don't believe him. So this is what he says. If he was Shubhadeep, he says that he's not prepared. And so next time he should not use such words. He's trying to be enacting humbleness. So in fact, he's such a fantastic, and the way he brought that habit as per the theme, and way he asked questions. So it was like a conversation he was having with friends. It was like a adda which they have normally in Calcutta or something, but sharing a very valuable tip. So that was beautifully done. And even I just for that Toastmaster, the second speaker, he could have just understood the background of that. That would have been a better way. Otherwise, it was excellently done. Now, the presiding officer or the president of the club, his topics and the speech selection was fantastic. And even when he was at the presidential address he was giving, he came prepared with the theme. He gave that theme. So before that, it was a theme was a bit serious. So he started with inviting the joke master, allowed him to lighten the atmosphere, because as Lars Medley said, that one can learn fast in a happy atmosphere, in entertainment. So that's what he actually implemented. And then he gave a mind-boggling theme in a very short and prepared thing. So kudos to Toastmaster Mayur. And I know personally how difficult nowadays. He's not only a president, he's also the VP Education, acting for the current VP Education, who's unwell. So behind the scene, he has been running the entire show and making sure. So let's give a thundering round of applause to him. And he also made the important announcements. That's very critical, because at times president keeps this announcement for the end, and then people forget. So instead of that, he made sure it was given right, because those are very significant from our point of view. So that was kudos to you once more. And before that, Toastmaster Sushma was beautifully done. She was bang on 5 o'clock, started the meeting. Before that also, she was talking to everyone. She was making everyone comfortable. Like Vinay has come for the first time here. She was talking. So that is also an important role for Sergeant of Arms, to not only be before well in time, at the same time, make the atmosphere friendly. If the guests talk to them, and then you start, and you took the entire effort, not only highlighting the important, introducing nicely the president, as well as the Sergeant of Arms. You focused on what are the do's and don'ts which has to be done. So great job done. A bit of energy would have added a bit of more thrust to that. Otherwise, it was fantastic. So overall, I would rate a fantastic meeting, but I will not rate that, because you have a voting link, if I'm not wrong. Mayur, do we have a voting link over there? So you're
yes,
along with your
share.
Yeah, so along with the voting for each role taker you share, there's an option at the end to give your ranking for the quality of the meeting. So thank you for that. So with this, over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shubhadeep, who says, I'm not prepared.
Thank you so much, Melinda. Since Subdeep has left for some work, so I'm taking over it. Thank you so much. You did a fabulous job doing the general evaluator role as always. And I must thank all the role takers who has done exceptionally well for today's meeting. I'm just going to share the voting links with you all.
One vote for me.
Okay, sure. As always. Please cast your votes for your favorite role taker, speaker, and evaluator, and table topic speaker using the link shared in the chat box. Meanwhile, I would like to thank all the guests who has joined from various parts of the world, Stella Meduse, Yash, and Ismita, who are non-Toastmaster currently, and those who have joined meeting in the start and left us in between. Thank you all for joining us. And if anybody would like to share their feedback, yes, Ishmita and Stella, you can share your feedback with us. Meanwhile, request to all the attendees of the meeting to cast their votes. Anybody would like to share their opinion? Okay. So once again, I'll announce the upcoming meetings. So on Sunday, we will be having a speech marathon. And as of now, we have 9 speakers with us. So brace yourself and get ready to listen to fabulous speeches from the speakers on Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. And on the 17th of December, we will be having our club election for the next term. So tonight I will share you nomination form with you with all the members, so you can nominate for the role you want to take for the next term. I know it's going to be a responsible role for those whoever take over. So think about it number of time before nominating for any role, because club reputations depends upon you, and you will have to spare some time and dedication for the club as well regularly for the next 6 months. So think about it and then nominate for the particular role you are interested in. Let me check the result. What did we got? Okay. I got 7 response and the attendance is 12. So 5 members who haven't voted, please cast vote. Meanwhile, I'm going to vote as well. So Ismita and Yash, do you want to share your experience? How did you felt in today's meeting? And what are your plans further?
Yeah, I just want to share my feedback. I really enjoyed the meeting, and I really be a part of that meeting. So I would be a member of this meeting.
Thank you, Shmita, for sharing your feedback. I would thank you, and I would like to join you for the next meeting as well and become a club member soon.
Sure.
Yes, you would like to share any of your feedback, or any other would like to want, they can also share their feedback as well.
Sure, Mayur, yeah, sure. I had a chat with Deepa this morning and she invited me for this meeting. I'm glad I came. There's so much to learn from everyone here, and I'm certain it's going to be an enlightening journey. And I'm certain I'm going to be here for the next meeting as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words. Let me check the voting form, how much votes we got. Okay, so I can announce the result. Okay, pretty much. So we are already late, so I won't tell you to guess. I'll just announce the result. So what do you think? Who is the best table topic speaker? It's Toastmaster Bidhu. Many congratulations to you for winning the best table topic speaker. Best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Vinay for taking up the grammarian role. Congratulations to you as well. And the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Deepa. Congratulations, Deepa. And the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Joseph. Congratulations, Toastmaster Joseph. And the best supporting role goes to myself. And the best role taker for the day goes to, okay, pretty much divided between all the role taker, TMOD, TTM, and general evaluator. And with most number of votes, it goes to general evaluator, DTM Millen. Congratulations to DTM Millen as well. With that, I will close the meeting 6:42. See you on the Sunday in speech marathon.